This great acceleration in human impact on the planet has pushed Earth out of this Holocene stability and into a new geological epoch.
I'm most interested in this transition between a state in which humans were a part of the world to a state in which humans had fundamental capacity to change the world. And I think that's the state we're in now.
Which then prompts the question, what do we do about that? How can we actually change the trajectories that we're on?
Biggest threat to polar bears is clearly loss of their habitat due to man-caused climate change. Polar bears get all of their food from the surface of the sea ice. They're highly specialized to catch basically two species of seals, ringed and bearded seals, and they can only catch them from the surface of the sea ice. They can't catch them predictably in open water, and those seals don't come to land very often. So when the sea ice is gone, polar bears are food deprived.
When one leaves an exhibition like mine, I hope that it is not as if you had stepped into some kind of dream machine and you walk back out into reality. I really hope that you step closer to reality, you see things in higher granularity. I do think that culture and art can ask questions and can entice you and inspire you to evaluate things in a greater perspective. To come out saying, well, I'm an artist too. I went in and I produced my own reality. Reality is relative. I can change things.
Go and put your ear towards the ice and you will hear that you can tell a story from ancient times. These icebergs fell as snow 10,000 years ago. And they still remember a time before humans had added carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. They added a time where you had a completely different world.
This is actually ice that fell from a glacier in Greenland into the ocean, where we picked it up and shipped it here to Paris. And as you can see, it's really touching to look at. It's really beautiful and it's incredibly magic. And the project is very much about, well, what on earth are the scientists and the heads of states talking about at the COP21? What does it look like? What does climate change actually physically feels like? And then they put their hand on it and say, oh, it's really cold. Interestingly, they kind of knew that ice is cold, but feeling the cold on your hand and knowing that ice is cold is actually two different things. So this project is really about connecting what we know with what we are.
In addition to helping regulate the Earth's climate, forests provide habitats for over 80% of the plants and animals that live on land. But deforestation destroys these habitats, diminishing biodiversity. Some estimate that 4,000 to 6,000 rainforest species go extinct each year. This also affects the more than 2 billion people who rely on forests as sources of food and shelter.
Lui, c'est Almir Narayamoga Surui, le grand chef de la tribu des Surui Paiters. Ils ont été découverts il y a moins de 50 ans, mais ce mec-là a déjà compris qu'il allait troquer son arc et ses flèches contre les ordinateurs, et que c'est comme ça qu'il sauvera sa forêt, notre forêt. moins de me ranger dans une case, et tant mieux si ça dérange, parce que ça tombe bien, mon métier, c'est d'en créer. Tout ce qui m'importe, c'est faire de l'art avec du sens, savoir pourquoi je fais les choses, quel message, qu'est-ce que j'ai à dire. Quand je suis rentré en contact avec les surhuis, je leur ai promis une chose. Je voulais illustrer le fait que lorsque l'on abat un arbre, c'est comme si on abattait un homme. Et quand on voit la connexion qu'ont ces gens avec cette forêt, c'est vraiment une évidence.